It's been a pretty nice day. We've had plenty of sunshine, but moisture is just starting to gather to the southwest. That's going to move in tonight, and that means freezing rain is on the way. We even have a winter weather advisory in effect. I'll have everything you need to know coming up.
All right, Paul, also the final suspect in the drive-by shooting of a 7-year-old girl goes to court. We'll talk about the charges and what about bail. And a COVID booster decision, what the FDA is saying about a fourth shot. Dr. Frank George has his reaction all next on First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Devin Skillian in for Karen this afternoon. The calendar definitely says spring, but a blast of freezing rain and ice setting its sights on Metro Detroit. We need to track a winter weather advisory. In fact, might need to adjust the Wednesday morning routines accordingly. Meteorologist Paul Gross with a look at what to expect. Paul?
Yeah, hey, Devin, we are in good shape for the right now part of this forecast, as well as into the early evening after dinner. If you have some errands you need to run, 7, 8 o'clock, you're going to be fine. Right now, temperatures, if you are just heading out the door, are in the 30s to near 40 degrees, so mid-30s to around 40. Notice the wind chills are not really low compared to those temperatures, so it's not even a biting wind out there. It's really not a bad day. Now, Storm Tracker 4 is dry. You can see that here. Nothing showing up, but there is moisture gathering to the southwest. That moisture will start approaching the southwestern part of the area by maybe 11, 12 o'clock and then spread northeastward through the area. And by the middle of the night, we're all going to be getting freezing rain. So I'm going to break down this entire scenario for you with a timeline coming up. But just as a kind of a snapshot, we're going to have ice accumulation overnight. Those will transition to regular showers tomorrow morning. We'll have a break tomorrow afternoon, then more of them on Thursday. And by the way, the weekend is also a question mark. We'll talk about all of this straight ahead, Devin.
All right, Paul. The FDA has authorized another COVID-19 booster shot, making it available to millions of Americans if they're looking for extra protection. Regulators have authorized a fourth shot for people aged 50 and older. This decision involves both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines at least 4 months after the previous booster. People who are 12 and older with severely weakened immune systems can now get a fifth shot. Experts differ on whether a fourth shot is necessary, though, as the first booster still offers strong protection against severe illness or death. Dr. Frank George looking into the FDA's decision. Doc?
The FDA gave an authorization for an additional booster based primarily on safety data. It's actually the CDC that's expected to give recommendations soon on who they believe should receive this additional shot based on a need for the additional protection. Right now, that is not a completely clear-cut decision if you're not in a high-risk group for developing severe disease. In fact, I would actually expect some debate on whether healthy individuals over 50 actually need a booster as early as 4 months after their last one. Now, one point I do want to make, though, we're talking about a second booster here. The fact is, over a third of Michiganders eligible for a first booster have not had it yet, and more than a third of Michiganders still aren't vaccinated at all. I actually think we need to fill in that gap much more urgently. Back to you.
Exactly, Doc, because vaccination rates have stalled nationwide. About 2/3 of Americans are fully vaccinated, and half of those eligible for a first booster shot have not received that shot yet. A Southfield family is heartbroken after police say a grandmother was murdered by her own grandson. 23-year-old DeJuan Mack is charged with open murder and felony firearm charges. Prosecutors say 72-year-old Margaret Mack was found shot to death at the Legacy Place Apartments. Officers later found a gun under a pillow. An investigation revealed it was stolen out of Farmington Hills back in 2018. Police believe an argument may have led to the shooting. The victim's daughter-in-law says Margaret Mack had healthy relationships with everyone in the family.
She was a loving grandmother. She has a lot of grandkids. This one in particular lived with her. Throughout his life, she always took care of him.
Mack due back in court on April 7th. A Pontiac teenager is charged as an adult in the shooting that killed a 7-year-old girl there. 17-year-old Joanne McDonald faces 10 felony counts, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say McDonald was the getaway driver in a drive-by shooting that killed Aria Jackson earlier this month. The suspect is being the gunman in the case. 19-year-old Justin Rouser and 21-year-old Dejon Bryant also face charges. Judges denied bond. McDonald remains in the Oakland County Jail tonight. New questions are swirling around Russia's invasion of Ukraine after the Russian defense minister says Moscow has decided to cut back operations near the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. Is that a step toward peace, or is that some kind of military ploy? Kimberly Gill with us from the newsroom with more on, as we now have the president's response on this, his first one.
Yeah, we do, Devin, and good afternoon to you. We'll hear from the president in just a second, but first, Western officials say it's too soon to tell if Moscow's claim of scaling back around Kyiv is really true. Russia has called it a move to, quote, increase mutual trust, but we'll have to see if the promise pays off. Western intelligence says Russia is building up its troops in eastern Ukraine. That much is definitely true. We told you yesterday Moscow has switched its focus to take the region of Donbas, where separatists have been fighting the Ukrainian government for years. So right now, Ukrainian forces have been able to fight Russia to a military, what they call stalemate, in spite of the heavy destruction from Russian attacks. A new round of peace talks picked up today in Turkey, with Ukraine seeking a ceasefire and refusing to give up any territory. President Biden says he spoke with key allies and they're standing united against Russia until they see concrete results.
There seems to be a consensus that let's just see what they have to offer. We'll find out what they do. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to keep strong the sanctions. We're going to continue to provide the Ukrainian military with their capacity to defend themselves. And we're going to continue to keep a close eye on what's going on.
We've seen Russian attacks continue. For example, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says 12 were killed in a southern city and at least 22 were injured from a new Russian missile strike. Our coverage of the situation in Ukraine continues when you join Devin and me for Local 4 News at 5. For now, Devin, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, KG, I'll see you then.
Yep.
Well, first came the slap, then the apology. Are there more consequences to come for Will Smith? The Hollywood Reporter and other sources report the Academy's Board of Governors is going to meet tomorrow night, and they will discuss Smith slapping Chris Rock during the Oscars ceremony Sunday night. The Academy has already condemned that action. At this point, though, seems unlikely that Smith would lose the Best Actor Oscar that he had just won, though we're told he could face other sanctions. Now, sadly, the Will Smith incident has overshadowed some amazing stories of Hollywood barriers being broken. Best Picture winner Coda is the first film with a largely deaf cast to win Oscar's top prize. Our Megan Wood spoke with members of the deaf community who believe this is a big step forward for diversity and inclusion. Megan?
Well, the title of the film, Coda, means Children of Deaf Adults. And during the Oscars, you may have seen people in the crowd doing this, and it means applause in American Sign Language. And seeing that on such a large platform sent a powerful message to the deaf community here in Michigan.
It's just a really exciting time to be deaf.
Earlier this year, deaf rapper Sean Forbes performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. And this past Sunday, watching the Oscars brought on a new wave of emotions.
To see all of these actors waving their hands like this, I just had goosebumps, tears.
That was his favorite moment of the night. His second favorite?
When Sean Hayter, the director, brought an interpreter on stage with her and gave a speech with the interpreter right there. To me, that was just so powerful, and to show the beauty of sign language and the beauty of access.
He says those moments, along with seeing one of his favorite actors, Troy Kotsur, win Best Supporting Actor and the first deaf man to do so, is significant to the deaf community, but the hope is its reach will go beyond that.
This movie, I just hope that it really changes a lot of perceptions of the deaf community, of the disabled community, and especially the Coda community.
And Codas of his own.
My kids haven't seen the movie. I don't think it's age appropriate for them yet, but I look forward to the day that I'm able to sit down with them and for them to watch this movie and to see themselves on the screen.
Sean knows Oscar moments like this are just the beginning.
For me, I want to go to the Grammys. I want to see, the work that I do and the music that I make be recognized on the same stage. And, those are goals for me. And this movie really showed that it's possible.
And Sean personally knows some of the actors in this film, including the first deaf actress to win Academy Award, Marlee Matlin. They were in a music video together. So this is a very special moment, specifically for Sean, but again, the entire deaf community. Back to you, Devin.
That's so right, Megan. That's what we should have been all talking about on Monday morning. So right.